All right, today we're tackling one of the most interesting paradoxes you'll find on the Indian stock market, PFOCUS Limited. Now, this is a company that's an absolute darling in Hollywood, literally has Oscars on its shelves. But back home on Dalal Street, it's a total puzzle for investors. So let's dive into this technological titan that seems to be lost in a financial labyrinth.
And this slide just lays it all out, doesn't it? On one hand, you have this incredible, global, creative powerhouse. I mean, these are the guys behind the visual effects for blockbusters like Dune, Tenet, Inception, you name it. But then you look at the other side, the shareholder side of the story. That chart tells you everything you need to know. See that blue line? That's PFOCUS. And the gray line is the broader mid-cap index. For 5 years, it's just been lagging. It really is a tale of two companies living under one roof.
So this really gets to the heart of the matter. This one quote from our research sums up the entire investment thesis perfectly. You have these unbelievably valuable assets, right? But they're all stuck inside this corporate structure that is just drowning in liabilities. Our job today is to kind of untangle that knot and figure out what it all means for an investor.
Okay, let's start with the good news, right? The bull case. Because to really get a handle on the potential value locked up inside PFOCUS, you can't just look at its Indian listing. No, you have to look west, to its international powerhouse.
And this is it. Meet DNEG. This London and LA-based subsidiary is the crown jewel of PFOCUS. Honestly, it's the entire foundation of the bull case. We're talking about the world's largest independent media services provider. The technical skill they have in high-end VFX and animation has built a moat around their business that's almost impossible for competitors to cross. All those awards, the stellar reputation, the operational magic, it all comes from DNEG.
So you might be wondering, how did DNEG get so dominant? Well, their secret sauce is this brilliant arbitrage model. What they do is they combine their top-tier creative leadership and client relationships out in the West, in London and LA, with this massive, highly skilled but much lower-cost talent pool right here in India. That blend gives them a huge margin advantage over their rivals based in, say, California. It's incredibly smart.
And what's really interesting is that the business is actually getting less risky. See, the game isn't just about hoping for a blockbuster movie to hit anymore. They've pivoted hard into high-budget, multi-season series for streaming giants like Netflix, Amazon, and HBO. Think about shows like The Last of Us or Lord of the Rings. This gives them a really steady, non-cyclical stream of revenue. It's a great hedge against the hit-or-miss world of the box office.
So, to wrap up the bull case, it really boils down to these 4 key pillars. First, you've got the incredible underlying asset value of DNEG, which on its own could be worth way more than the entire parent company's market cap. Second, there are potential imminent catalysts on the horizon, like a successful IPO for DNEG that could just trigger a massive re-rating. Third, there's institutional validation from big firms like Apollo, which tells you the smart money sees something here. And finally, they have a potential AI advantage with their own platform that could boost margins even more.
Okay, that all sounds fantastic, right? Which of course leads to the million-dollar question. If the business underneath is this world-class Oscar-winning machine, why on earth doesn't the stock price show it? What is trapping all of this value?
And that brings us to the bear case. This is where we have to put on our hard hats and navigate that financial labyrinth I mentioned earlier. The story here is all about the financial and governance issues that have just held this company back year after year.
The roots of the problem really started with ambition. The company built its global scale through a series of really aggressive, debt-fueled acquisitions. You can see it on the chart. And while that strategy built the titan we see today, it also tied what you could only call a financial Gordian knot of debt, leaving behind this incredibly complex and highly leveraged structure.
And not debt, it's not just a number on a spreadsheet. It's a ghost that haunts the company's profit and loss statement. This image of the scales just illustrates it perfectly. On one side, you have the operating profit, but it's constantly being outweighed by the heavy, heavy burden of debt and interest costs on the other. This leads to these really shaky interest coverage ratios, which is a major red flag for the market that signals serious financial fragility.
Now, on top of all the debt, there's what analysts call a transparency discount. The holding structure is this opaque web of subsidiaries all over the world, which makes it a nightmare to analyze. You add in historical red flags like promoter share pledges and, this is the big one, the failed attempt to list DNEG through a SPAC back in 2022, well, you've got a perfect recipe for eroding market trust. That failed SPAC was a huge blow because it left the massive debt problem completely unresolved.
This 5-year timeline really shows you what a roller coaster it's been. I mean, from just surviving the pandemic lockdowns to the drama of that aborted SPAC listing in FY22, which sent the stock into a tailspin, and now into this recovery phase after the Hollywood strikes. You can literally see the management's tone shifting from survival to disappointment, and now to a kind of cautious optimism, especially now that they're citing a record order book in FY24.
So all of this brings us to the investment crossroads. The future of PrimeFocus really hinges on which of these two identities is going to win out. Is this a story of speculative upside just waiting to be unlocked, or is it just a classic value trap?
Well, the verdict really depends on what kind of investor you are. For a conservative investor, the amount of debt and the lack of consistent free cash flow make this a clear avoid. But for a more aggressive, contrarian investor, it's a play. They're making a bet on a sum of the parts valuation, basically saying that the subsidiary, DNEG, is worth far more than the market is valuing the entire company at right now.
At the end of the day, here's why all this matters. Despite all the operational brilliance, all the Oscars, this stock will likely keep underperforming until one specific transformative thing happens. The path to unlocking all of that trapped value isn't complicated. It's singular, and it is crystal clear.
And here it is. This is the single most important factor that any potential investor needs to watch over the next 12 months. Value gets unlocked by one of two things: either a definitive, transparent event that cleans up the debt, or a successful public listing of DNEG that directly funnels cash back to fix the Indian parent company's balance sheet. Until one of those things happens, the Titan remains trapped in the labyrinth. So, what do you think comes first?